Busy day for the NYPD Blue.
Previously on NYPD Blue.
I got a son to get out of jail.
Go home and sleep it off.
Because who needs me? That it?
Nobody needs you like this.
I'm last to know he's locked up. And when I do find out it's old, don't worry, Dad. Sipowicz has got it handled.
I'm more up to speed.
On what? What's the beef this cop has with my son?
I thought investigating cops was an internal affairs job. Why'd you get deputized?
I'm not looking at cops, just one cop, you.
I know it's a lot to go against your partner, but Clark was set up by Laughlin.
I can't help you, Detective.
You can't help me is a lot different than you saying that you don't know anything.
I don't know anything either.
So an hour?
This just might take a little time.
So I gotta beat this at trial?
You might have to prepare yourself for that. Go into trial.
And I beat it how?
Neil Mazer, lives alone, gay-type literature around, advocate, so forth.
Shannon can run it. You go help with the traffic.
They got guys for that.
Then go lean against your car, but you get out of my sight.
By the way, I'm documenting all this harassment. Every comment, every accusation.
Get out of here.
All right.
I gotta testify in court anyways. I'll see you after lunch.
You want him to bring you down too? Leave him alone. We got another DOA. The boss wants me and Rita to respond.
Yeah, go on. I got this.
Do you?
Kind of, you made your point. Who called it in?
Neighbor found the door open, heard the TV on all night.
What?
I had to put my mom in a nursing home. I got 3 brothers, but none of them got the means, so I'm the one who's got to take care of her.
I'm sorry to hear that, Shannon. Maybe we can talk about it more in depth some other time.
I got kids. My wife's a stay-at-home mom. I'm the provider for my family.
Did you see Laughlin put drugs on Clark?
I'm not trying to be a martyr.
Did you see something?
I do my job. I'm on my own business like everybody else.
Clark is in a cell right now. He's going to do time for this.
Do you have any other leads?
Don't feel me out for what else I got in the case.
Can I stay out of it is what I'm asking.
I know what you're asking now. Either you saw something or you didn't. Either you stop Clark from getting framed or you don't.
What happens to me as a cop?
What happens to you as a man if you don't? Be a man about this, Shannon. Did you see Laughlin plant heroin on Clark?
No, but...
But you saw something. You know something that can prove Laughlin did it.
Yeah. During the traffic stop, I saw Officer Laughlin remove a small package from under the driver's seat and put it in his pocket. Later in the radio car, Officer Laughlin got his personal bag out of the back and he put the package in it. I knew it must have been heroin.
What makes you so sure?
Since I've been on the job, I've seen hundreds of packages that contain heroin. Each baggie had a stamp on it, a red crown.
The heroin found in Clark's car had red crowns.
What else?
That night, end of tour, Officer Laughlin pulled a Slim Jim out of the trunk.
Clarify what a Slim Jim is.
It's a device used to gain entry to a locked vehicle. I asked Officer Laughlin what he intended to do with it, and he told me to look the other way on this one.
Tell him about the threats he made.
Days prior to the night I've been talking about, Officer Laughlin repeatedly stated he was going to get Detective Clark back.
Specifically?
Officer Laughlin said it was a street fight now between him and Clark. No rules, anything went.
And why did it take 2 days for you to come forward?
That doesn't make any difference. He's coming forward now.
Wait out in the hall, officer.
Once you void the arrest on Detective Clark, I'll notify the prosecuting DA not to proceed with the arraignment.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Not quite.
What else you need? A burning bush?
We got 2 cops and a detective all saying different things. Meanwhile, the drugs were found in Clark's car. Now, the way this is going to go is I'll take it to my chief. No one's getting out of jail until we figure out what the hell is going on.
I can tell you what's going on. Detective Clark got framed by Officer Laughlin. Now, you want to continue with your investigation, that's fine. But Clark gets released now. Void the arrest, or I'll call the DA myself and tell him you dragged your heels.
I'll take care of it.
Quickly. That's how you took him in, that's how you're getting him out.
Busy squad you got here, Tony. You should start selling tickets.
Those phone calls you need to make to void the arrest, you can place them from my office, Captain.
Kim Walker, Paperboy founder.
Slashed up good.
The place is a little busted up, but no sign of break-in. That guy lives in the basement apartment, says she's a community activist. Haven't talked to him yet. Timothy Bosham.
Women take control, don't let gangs run your life. All right, we'll take him.
Hello?
Mr. Bosham. Detectives Medavoy and Jones.
Look at them, circling like vultures.
What's that mean?
The neighborhood's gone to hell.
I understand she was trying to do something about it.
She ran a group, had meetings. Noble, but futile, as you can see.
Can you think of anyone that might have done this?
Look around you. And I'm not saying that because they're black. They're drug dealers.
Were you home last night?
Slept at my mother's in Nyack. Scrabble night.
Yeah, we got it. Thanks.
Got nothing for you?
Didn't ask anything yet.
Why are you looking away?
She got nothing to say either.
I need you to get your head out of your ass. Reed Ortiz, 15 Squad.
Idiots. They're gonna lock up Laughlin. John's getting out of jail. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Close the door.
What's going on?
Close it.
Officer Laughlin, we're placing you under arrest.
Oh, you're joking.
Possession of drugs, official misconduct, obstructing governmental administration, and other charges that'll be determined by the DA's office.
Surrender your gun, your shield, and your ID.
Whoa, this is crazy. I didn't do nothing.
You get your day in court. Meanwhile, do what the hell I tell you to.
Go easy, we'll let you change out in the locker room. Keep flexing, you get processed in your uniform.
This is that Clark thing. You think I set him up?
They know you did. You're done, Laughlin. Done. Let's go.
Getting arraigned?
You're going home. Shannon rolled on Laughlin.
You saw him plant the drugs in my car?
He saw enough.
Laughlin's getting locked up.
Yeah. Come on, it's done. It's over with. Come on.
I was beginning to think that...
Come on.
He looks good. Healthy.
He wasn't in a gulag, Medavoy.
Can't believe he's working today.
I'm sure he gave you proper thanks, but you're getting more from me. Thanks, Andy.
Have Sipowicz run the case for you.
You already did it in the car.
Anyone been working it?
A coworker said the gay DOA, Neil Mazer, was living with the Spanish guy, Arturo Jimenez, on parole, stock away at a market on B.
We'll grab him.
Your guns and shield are still vouching downstairs. Welcome back.
Thanks. It's great to see you.
Hey. My man.
Welcome back, John.
Best you could do on short notice. I appreciate it. I'll put in some water. Okay.
You got a minute for me?
Then we'll go.
Yeah, take your time.
Looking for Detective Ortiz.
She'll be back in a minute.
I got info on who killed Kim Walker, and I ain't got time to waste, so...
I'll be right with you. Rita, someone here in our DOA.
Let's go.
Hey.
What's your name? Drita. You're throwing a lot of attitude on the street, Drita. Why the change of heart? Look, I got a name for you, that's it. No time for conversation.
Let's hear it then.
Shakedown. All right? We good?
Not quite. Who's Shakedown?
Bang in 2nd Avenue Pred, hangs at a record shop off 3rd.
You a banger too?
I knew this was stupid.
Tell us or we run you with the gang unit, find out anyway.
I roll with the Queen Bees.
You got a relationship with Shakedown?
I know his old lady, Rhonda.
Were you ever his old lady?
No.
So delivering him to us wouldn't be about him hooking up with this new girl or pissing you off and
Oh, man, y'all got rocks in your head.
We've been burned before. Why Shakedown?
Look, Rhonda was on a different track. Kim was helping out.
With her outreach program?
Shakedown didn't dig it. He got in Kim's face, slashed the tires on Kim's truck. Bad stuff.
Where is he now?
Gone. That's why I say it's him.
Well, this is an awful good deed, Drita. What's in it for you?
I was in the program on the sly. Kim was a good lady. Stand up. Is that good enough for you?
Shakedown's real name.
Troy Wiggins. Can I go now?
Appreciate your help.
You do 9 months for assault, Arturo?
Yeah.
What was that all about?
I was at a bar. I was wearing a Bronco hat when this fool in a Raiders jersey came up and poured a beer on my head. So I took care of business.
Where were you last night?
I was at my girlfriend's parents' house in White Plains.
Girlfriend?
Yeah, that's what I said, right?
Because last night your old boyfriend, Neil Mazer, got killed.
Call me maricon?
If maricon means you and this Neil were hitting each other in the seat, then yeah, that's what I'm calling you.
Sit your ass back down, Arturo.
All right, all right. All right, I know Neil. But I don't want no confusion as to the deal was when I was living there, right?
All right. What was the deal then?
When I got out of Rikers, Neil gave me a place to crash. That's it.
55-year-old rich gay guy takes in an ex-con. So you were what, giving him career advice?
I said I'm no maricon.
Arturo, we're gonna find out what happened. So if you start to lie about one thing...
When I got out, me and my girl weren't talking, and I didn't have anywhere to go. So I stayed at Neil's till I got on my feet. A week into it, he comes in my room and climbs in bed. Starts rubbing down there. I get it now, man. Nothing is for free. So I close my eyes and pretend it's my girl.
Why'd you move out?
Comes into my room last week, and I see him tear open a condo. That's it, man. I threw him a step, and I got out of there. Haven't seen him since.
How'd you and Neil meet in the first place?
Well, I was selling Rikers through a homeboy. Idalo Tavares.
What's Idalo's connection to Neil?
I don't know, man. They're pen pals or something. Anyway, when I was being released, Idalo knew about my situation. So he told me to ring up Neil when I got out, and that's what I did.
So we're not going to find any evidence of you being at Neil's last night?
Nope.
You didn't go back there to get another handout?
No.
You didn't go back there to close your eyes and pretend he was your girl again?
I told you I'm not a homo.
Sure you are. You take care of business last night, Arturo?
I was with my girl.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Sit down. Give us her information.
John, would you mind getting Mr. Bosham here situated in interview 3, maybe get him some coffee?
How do you take it? Black. But only Sanka. And if not Sanka, then tea.
Timothy Bosham, our DOA Kim Walker, a downstairs neighbor.
Whatever happened to Shakedown? Nowhere to be found.
He was locked up in Jersey, drunk and disorderly late last night.
So he's off the list. What's with Bosham?
We got a call back from another tenant in the building that said Walker and Bosham didn't get along. Said Bosham used to leave notes on her door. We went through a place, found the whole files worth.
Has Bosham got a record?
No, nothing.
Very particular man. See where it goes.
Any calls from John's dad?
Nothing to hear?
He doesn't know John's out?
No, we're both trying to reach him, but he's not home. His cell's off.
You leave messages?
All over.
Okay, let's move on. We've got higher priorities. It's just a couple of follow-up questions, Mr. Bosham. Shouldn't take long.
Good. Trash can?
How'd you get along with Kim Walker?
Fine.
Didn't live too loud for your taste?
Her levels could be a little irksome.
Loud stereo, people talking.
She used her apartment for a meeting hall.
You ever have words with her about it?
Why are we having this conversation?
You left her a lot of nasty notes.
Please keep your music at a respectable level. That's nasty.
Well, the noise level of last night's meeting only served to prove you're not only as attractive as a gorilla, you're just as conscientious.
That was a joke.
Oh, they're fighting words. Trust me.
That was an outrageously loud evening.
She have another one last night?
I wouldn't know. I was at my mother's, like I said, in the street.
You didn't pay her any kind of visit?
No.
We'll find out if you did.
Are you actually accusing me of killing another human being?
It's clear you're a guy with a temper. If it got away from you, tell us now before we start looking at you for planning something out.
Oh, please. I didn't kill Kim Walker. I told you. Third time now. I was at my mother's in Nyack.
Anything on him?
We'll check his alibi. It's a real whack job, though.
Whack job was gonna lose his teeth before this is over with.
Detective Clark, your father's downstairs. He gathered all the uniforms around and said he wanted to make an announcement. I think he's been drinking.
He's a good kid. Good son. But if that doesn't make any difference to you, then all you need to know is he is a good cop.
Oh, man.
I know this guy in this precinct tried to ruin his career, tried to ruin his life over some rumors. That ends now. John is not with Internal Affairs. I am. Was. Because I put in my papers, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you do have a problem with it, you take it up with me. But you leave my son alone. He didn't do nothing. You leave him alone.
His dad meant well.
Yeah, so did Custer. Where's Jones and Medavoy?
They're bringing in this LeVar. Crime scene lifted his prints in Kim Walker's apartment.
LeVar's got ties to the 2nd Avenue Preds. Same gang that was hassling the DOA.
Sorry about all that.
Don't worry about it.
What's going on with their case?
Arturo's alibi panned out. I kicked him 10 minutes ago.
How about this guy Idalo at Rikers, who Arturo said hooked him up with a DOA?
Got life for killing his girlfriend's ex. Let's go talk to him.
Full day.
You get your dad home all right?
Yeah. Got him in a cab.
Okay.
Fine. That's it.
So it says here that you were sentenced to 3 years in Wallkill for robbery assault, LeVar. And you did every day of it.
Yeah.
Someone decide you don't get along with you, just like fight.
Only get so much out of hoops and bench press.
But you funny, man. You run with the 2nd Avenue Preds?
I don't run with a gang.
That's not what our gang unit says.
They wrong.
You ever been by an apartment building at 1820 Avenue B?
Doubt it.
You know a woman named Kim Walker?
Nope.
Ran an anti-gang program getting female bangers out of the life. It doesn't ring any bells?
Does not. What's up?
Kim Walker was murdered early this morning, and your fingerprints are in her apartment.
What'd you say that address was again?
Here we go.
No, I might have been there. I was just breaking your ass a little.
Yeah, well, you done? Because we got ways of breaking ass, too. 1820 Avenue B.
Yeah, I've been there.
Early this morning?
Nah, a week ago. She was putting stuff in my girl's head. I just wanted to put a stop to it.
They get physical?
Nothing physical needed. I laid out my case. She heard it, calm and cool, and I split.
Account for yourself early this morning.
I was in bed with my girl getting my bag lapped.
Lucky lady. Got a name?
Drita Lopez. Is there a problem?
Just sticking around.
What's up, y'all?
Detective Sipowicz and Clark. What's going on? Thanks for talking to us.
No problem. What precinct you guys from?
15.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know Neil Mazer, Ridella?
Sure, I know Neil.
How?
This inmate letter writing program thing, we wrote back and forth. He took interest in my case. Come down and visit sometimes.
You hooked him up with an Arturo Jimenez?
Yeah.
More like you pimped Arturo out.
I got the hint after a while Neil was getting like Latinos. Guys I knew they were getting out. Good guys looking to make it on the outside. I'd set him up with Neil. I tell them to walk around with their shirts off and he'd give them room and board. Anything beyond that was their business.
What was in it for you?
Neil was looking into my case, looking to maybe get me a lawyer. Why the trip out to Rikers?
Neil got killed last night.
Can you point us in a direction?
On the off chance that you happen to be a what's-in-it-for-me type, we saw that you're heading up to Attica in a few weeks. You help us with who killed Neil, we'll get you to Sing Sing, a little closer to the city.
Jose Rincon. He got out a month ago. Jose heard about Neil and made contact with him when he got out without me knowing about it. Neil said Jose was trying to shake him down for money.
All right. Jose's the guy who'll get you transferred to Sing Sing.
We don't need to do nothing. Neil was good to me. He helped me. This is me helping him.
On the gate.
This is great. You don't think people saw you dragging me out of my place? You don't think that's gonna get back to people?
LeVar rushed your old man.
So what?
Where was he last night?
I don't know. Out with his boys.
You said he was with you.
All right, yeah. I'm getting the days confused. He was with me.
You ever go by Kim Walker's apartment? You ever been inside?
She wouldn't let him inside.
Because he threatened her?
One time, he came by during a meeting. But he never went inside. He just stood on the street.
What, reading out poetry?
Screaming and throwing beer cans at her window. It happened once. I quit going to see Kim. He laid off. And what's up your ass about LeVar?
Well, we're curious how his print wound up in Kim's apartment.
He wasn't with you last night, was he?
I said I got the days mixed up.
You're protecting him. You've been doing it all day.
How?
Giving up this shakedown. You damn well knew it was locked up.
I swear to God, I didn't know that.
No, you were giving us a tail to chase to throw us off LeVar.
He was with me last night.
You got kids with him?
Little boy.
Makes sense not wanting to send his dad to jail. But is it right him getting away with this?
Man, come on.
No. Look. 17 stab wounds. She deserved that?
No.
Then why are you lying for the guy who did it?
I got a whole life I'm involved in.
A bad one? She tried to get you out of?
I don't back up my man. Ain't nobody gonna look me in the eye ever again.
This lady was your friend. She tried to help you. All you're doing is sticking up for the guy who killed her.
He wasn't with you at all last night?
Not last night. Not this morning. Son of a bitch.
Want to come, you gotta pick it up for me. That's right.
Jose Rincon?
Yeah. I'm gonna get back at you later, all right?
When's the last time you seen Neil Mazer?
Don't know no Neil Mazer. At least by name, anyways.
You know, the old gay guy you found out through Idalo Tavares?
Okay, now Idalo? Him I know.
Yeah, I think you know more than that, Jose. Let's talk about this down at the station house.
You guys hassling me because of what Idalo Tavares told you? Well, you in business with the snake, fellas. That's all he do is play people.
We'll talk about it down there.
Look, me and Idalo, we went at it in Rikers. Had a hard-on for me ever since. Now, I never heard of no Neil, whatever his name is.
Let's go.
I didn't do nothing.
Come on.
Get your hands up. Yeah, most guys who don't do nothing tend to run.
It ain't like that. That's why I ran. I owe time. I knew you guys would find it if you searched me.
Planning ahead. That's good, Jose.
Yeah, well, do your thing, man.
Come on.
Send me to Rikers. Have a little conversation with Idalo.
Come on.
Oh, man, what's up? What y'all so freaked out about?
Look, we talked to Drita. You weren't with her last night.
The bitch ain't backing me up? Bitch is lying.
Oh, that's how you gonna put it to the judge? Bitch is lying?
You need a sympathetic angle, LeVar. I'd start with the ideas Kim was putting in Drita's head and how that was threatening your manhood.
You calling me a punk?
Oh, Kim promoted education, right?
That don't make me a punk.
Yeah, but who's cleaning the house when Drita's in school? Who's making the meals? Were you putting on the apron?
Hell no.
But that's what Kim expected, right? A whole division of labor type thing that doesn't exactly fly in your social structure.
Yeah, you're the man. You bring home the dough. But Kim didn't get that. They got violent.
I told you. Her and me, we had a conversation about that.
The yelling from the street isn't a conversation. We're talking about going to her place this morning.
It wasn't there. It wasn't me.
We're past that. Question now is, how did it go bad?
It wasn't me.
Wasn't me, and bitches lying is a sorry defense. But if that's what you want to go with, you're going in the cells. We'll get the DA. Come on, get on your feet.
Y'all locking me up?
You lied about your alibi. Your fingerprints in her apartment, so yeah, I'd say so.
Whoa. Can I ask a question? Say somebody was involved, but he was put up to it. Is there a way to defer the prosecution?
Defer the prosecution? You mean like spread the blame around?
Like, say someone got a key to an apartment. The person who gave him the key, do they get something too?
Yeah, they might get most of it. The prosecution, I mean.
Yeah, but that's only with a full disclosure of what happened. Or you get the whole prosecution.
Who gave you the key to Kim Walker's apartment?
Downstairs neighbor, a white guy.
Like Timothy Bosham?
I wasn't doing jack. I was buying juice in a bodega. Whiteness rolls up, offering me a key to this lady apartment.
Why?
He saw me yelling from the street that time and said we had a mutual interest in seeing her run off. He also said she had some nice stuff up in her crib. He said smash the place up and write get your ass out on the wall and take her stuff. All good.
But how'd she end up with all those stab wounds?
Bitch walked in on me in the middle of it. I said, sit down. She said no. I said, sit your ass down. She slapped my face.
Blame it on a strong will, then.
Bitch wouldn't listen to reason.
Can you stop calling a bitch long enough to get it on paper?
And the prosecution get deferred?
Yeah. We'll look into it. Start writing.
Fine, Jose? Yeah. The same Jose Rincon who shanked you in a shower 3 months ago.
So?
So we can't help feeling a little worked here, Adalo. Like you had us go lock up one of your enemies who had nothing to do with how Neil Mazer got killed.
I had a beef with Jose, that's no lie. But he did mess with Neil when he got out. And if Jose's saying different, he's lying to save his ass.
Jose alibi's out for last night. He didn't kill Neil.
I didn't tell you he did it. I said he's someone you should look at.
We checked into your case. The DA said that you had an appeal that was dismissed a few months back. Your lawyer was paid for by Neil.
I told you, Neil was helping me out.
But the DA said that Neil pulled the plug on your lawyer the night before your final hearing.
I didn't know that. All I heard was that I lost the appeal.
Hey, we know this goes through you.
Yeah. I tunneled out, killed Neil, tunneled back in before bet check. You guys crazy?
No, you pushed the button on him. You had one of your boys do it.
You guys are way off, man.
You pipeline Neil a bunch of shirtless Hispanics in exchange for him paying your bills. Arturo goes over there, he doesn't put out, Neil blames you, and he cuts off the finances.
Way off.
Last chance, Adalo. You got a life sentence to serve. If you point us in the right direction, we'll transfer you to Sing Sing. That's a half hour from New York, instead of 5 hours away like Attica.
Attica's fine with me. I have an aunt and uncle who live upstate that my family can stay with when they visit. More important, I don't know who killed Neil. This guy was my only hope on the outside to get my case overturned. I wouldn't kill my only hope.
If you are screwing with us, Adalo, you are screwing with the wrong cops.
I'm telling you the truth, man. You don't want to believe me, then don't believe me.
Anti-crime picked up a guy driving a DOA's car, Chris Aguilar. Heard of him?
Not so far. I'll hit the computer, run him through badge.
Second Baldwin?
Bringing in this Timothy Boschen.
Aguilar will be up in 10 minutes.
You want to cook tonight?
Thought I'd pick something up.
It's been 4 nights of takeout.
Haven't exactly had time to cook. I've been a little busy.
You're right. Takeout's fine.
Tomorrow we'll start cooking.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I have to admit, Mr. Bosham, you don't look like the type to do a violent murder.
Pardon me? Yeah, we talked to LeVar. He's giving a statement right now.
Who's LeVar?
LeVar Rush, who's crapping his pants from witnessing your little display of psychotic behavior.
What the hell are you talking about?
You killed Kim Walker. LeVar begged you to stop, but you kept stabbing her and stabbing her.
Yeah, you want to talk to LeVar about it? He's downstairs right now.
Yeah, I would like to talk to LeVar because that's a flat-out lie.
Well, it made sense to us. Now, you had a close relationship with the previous tenant, Mrs. Cirillo?
She was my friend.
We hear you were pretty upset when she moved out. And the prospect of a new tenant got you all riled up.
I had natural trepidation.
That LeVar said evolved into a natural murder plan.
Nonsense.
Now, you had a key to Mrs. Cirillo's apartment to bring her groceries, right?
So?
Well, the door to Kim Walker's apartment was open with a key.
LeVar tells us you brought him in to do a minor robbery, and then you flipped out.
How could I flip out when I was with my mother in Nyack?
Anyone else vouch for you?
No.
Because mothers have been known to lie for their sons. And I won't stand up in court.
LeVar has a key, Mr. Bosham. We know that for certain. If there's another version of the events, tell us. Or we have to go with his side.
If I left a key where someone found it and used it for ill, that's too bad.
So you left the key out for LeVar to use on his own?
Maybe under a loose piece of concrete on one of the stairs.
Which he was to use for what?
That was up to him.
Did you tell him that she had expensive items in her apartment?
Possibly.
And that if someone were to put a scare into her, that it might be mutually beneficial?
Again, possibly. But break in her apartment, stab her. Gentlemen, all I did was drop a key. May I leave now?
We'll need it written down, then we'll see about getting you out of here.
Pen, paper. Sooner the better.
Driving around in a dead man's car, Chris, that'll get people talking.
I have an explanation for that. Some guy came up and offered $200 to get rid of it, which I was in the process of doing when the cops pulled me over.
You just got out of Rikers, didn't you, Chris?
Yeah, I passed a bad check.
You were on the same tier as Adalo Tavares, weren't you?
Yeah.
We've been talking to Adalo. We know he'd been sending strapping young men like yourself over to see Neil Mazer. Neil's the recently departed owner of the car you're driving.
I don't know anything about the owner of the car.
Sure you do.
Some guy gave me $200 this morning to get rid of it.
Don't float that lie again, Chris. It will not be worth your while. Trust me.
Adalo sent you over to Neil so you could get 3 hots and a cot. In exchange, you let Neil treat you like an ice cream cone.
No, hell no. I don't do that, man.
How do you think we know all this? From Adalo, from listening to him talk.
Now, we're going to go back over there, and we're going to offer to let Adalo see his family more often in exchange for info on you. And if you don't think he is going to pounce all over that deal, then you are dumber than you look.
And if he has to tell us what happened, you get no deal at all. Because when we sit down with the DA, that's how it works. Chris, psst, you following us here?
When do you sit down with the DA?
Look at it this way. We got two seals here, you and Adalo. Whichever one barks and claps its flippers, that's the one that gets the fish. Do you want the fish or not?
Yeah.
What happened last night?
Idalo told me to go over Neil's apartment. He said Neil buzzed me up because he likes Hispanics. I did not have sex with that guy.
Yeah, okay, fine. So you get buzzed up.
And Idalo said Neil had a safe, but he didn't know where. Idalo told me he wanted Neil knocked around real good. I guess Neil screwed Idalo over some lawyer or something. In exchange for that, I could have what was in the safe. But Neil wouldn't give up the safe, which pissed me off even more. Plus, I was high.
There's no safe in that apartment.
There isn't?
No.
Adalo set you up. He just wanted Neil to get hurt.
Why'd you do this for Adalo?
He gave me protection when I was in the joint. I owed him a favor.
I finished this 20 minutes ago. May I leave now?
Afraid something's come up. Crazy thing.
You ever heard the term acting in concert?
Why?
Well, it's a legal term. It means leaving a key out, knowing someone's going to do a crime with it. You're just as responsible as the guy who did the crime.
So you're under arrest, Mr. Basham. Conspiracy to commit robbery and felony murder. Crazy, huh?
You're joking. You're both insane.
Imagine an inner city gorilla stumbling onto something as complicated as that.
You knew what you were doing all along. You tricked me.
You're giving me too much credit.
I need to speak with my mother.
Let's go.
I want my mother right now.
Come on your feet or we'll drag you out.
Shannon. I've been trying to figure out what to say. How to thank you.
I just told the truth.
A lot of guys would have taken it to the grave.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see why.
You gonna let you stay on the job?
I don't know yet.
I mean, I'll do everything I can. Talk to everybody I can.
Thanks.
The other cops, from what I've seen, no one's giving you heat.
Yeah, they've been good. Plus, they weren't too shocked Laughlin was dirty. I should get home.
I just want you to know I would have done the same for you.
I thought about that. That's what made me step up.
Chris Aguilar gave you up. Said he owed you a favor.
That's crazy. You tell Chris. Okay, you got me. Been a bad boy. I'll make sure I don't eat dessert tonight.
I know about favors.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yeah. When I was in uniform, I was partnered with this guy, Kurt Kreitzer. We were looking for a guy who held up a liquor store. We turned this corner. Kurt thought he saw someone, so he fires a shot. Turns out it was a woman, a civilian.
Wow, fascinating.
The woman was grazed, and I talked her out of filing a complaint. After that, Kurt was too skittish to be a cop, but he owed me a favor.
Listen, today was great. I haven't had this much fun since, hell, I don't know when.
Adalo, you've been giving me the runaround all day. You had somebody killed. At least you could hear my story.
Screw your story. Screw your buddy Kurt. And screw you.
Now, Kurt, he wanted a job where he knew who the good guys were and who the bad guys were.
Oh, I get it. You came back because you want what Neil wanted. Some young Latin boys. But you can't come right out and say it.
So he left the police force, and he went into corrections. Good guys, bad guys. And he's done really well for himself. Moved up to Deputy Commissioner of Administration for all the pens in the state. He's who I was going to call to get you transferred closer to home, back when I thought that we were going to treat each other civil.
Why don't you get lost, man?
Wendy Correctional Facility, Alden, New York. A half hour from the Canadian border, 10 hours from here. They call it the icebox, Adalo. So you have your family send the earmuffs for those days where it gets 10 below in the yard. And you are there for the rest of your life.
Oh, so you're trying to run a game on me now?
Game's been run, dickhead. You ship out tomorrow. Wrong cop.
Pop.
Hey, John.
Come in. Rita's coming over in a little bit.
Hadn't heard from you. Stop by to see if everything's all right.
Yeah, well, you know, good as can be expected.
You upset about today? 'Cause I'll tell you, John, I was like an elephant stepping off my chest. It's out there now. Let people say what they want.
Would you have said it sober?
Absolutely. I'm one of those cops to leave you alone. That was the only way I knew how.
Your new job, they get wind?
Yeah, I was expecting that.
So they let you go?
I care about you more than some security job.
Hey, Pop. You've been making decisions lately based on what you think my best interests are. And it's you looking out for me, and I appreciate it. But they haven't been good decisions, Dad.
That's what life is like sometimes, John. Or do you live in some perfect world that I don't know about?
Letting internal affairs flip you because you bought their bluff, they'd go after me? Announcing to the world that you worked for them? Or even after I got released? Those two moves alone have turned our lives upside down.
And here I was thinking I stood up for my son.
Dad, I love you. You're my only family. But don't make decisions for me anymore. You're drinking too much. That's gotta stop. Worry about yourself. Take care of yourself. I'll be fine.
Well, I'll see you around.
More from the NYPD Blue tomorrow at 10 past midnight. Things start to get a bit strained for Andy and Connie. Next, 3